There's a common misconception about wealth. Many of us think that being truly rich means owning expensive cars, living in massive houses, or having a bank account full of millions. But here's the thing. You might already be rich, and not in the way that society typically measures it. True wealth isn't just about having a lot of money. It's about feeling rich, both in terms of your experiences and your mental and emotional well-being. Most people spend their lives chasing the idea of wealth through material things. They assume that once they have a fancy house, a luxury car, or a high-paying job, they'll feel rich. But that's not always the case. In fact, many people who seem to have it all often don't feel satisfied. The reason for this is simple. Money, in and of itself, doesn't guarantee happiness. It can buy comfort and security, but it can't provide fulfillment. It doesn't guarantee peace of mind, joy, or sense of purpose. So, when will you truly feel rich? The first moment you'll feel truly rich is when you experience contentment with what you have. It's when you're not constantly comparing yourself to others. Society often pushes us to strive for bigger, better, more expensive, and flashier. It tells us that the only way to be successful is to constantly level up. But real wealth is feeling fulfilled with what you have right now. It's about being grateful for your current situation, even if it's not perfect. If you can look around and feel a sense of peace with the people and things you already have, that's when you're starting to tap into true wealth. When you're at peace with your life, you start to see the value in the small things. You no longer need to chase after things to feel good about yourself. It's when you take a moment to appreciate the simple pleasures of life. Enjoying a cup of coffee in the morning, a walk in the park, a conversation with a friend. These moments of mindfulness and gratitude are where true wealth lies. It's not just about the things you own, but the way you feel about what you already have. Another time you'll feel rich is when you realize the power of time. Time is the most precious resource you have, and when you learn how to spend it wisely, you'll start feeling rich in ways you never imagined. You might find that you feel wealthier when you have more time to spend with loved ones, pursuing passions, or simply relaxing. Having the time to take care of yourself, to follow your interests, or to help others is a type of wealth that money can't buy. People often get so caught up in working hard to earn more money that they forget how valuable their time is. When you stop seeing time as something you need to trade for money, you'll begin to feel richer. You can find wealth in the time you spend doing what makes you happy, whether that's traveling, learning new things, or simply spending quality time with those who matter most.
This is a form of wealth that isn't tied to any number in your bank account. It's the wealth of living fully and intentionally. In addition to contentment and time, another moment when you'll feel rich is when you give. The act of giving, whether it's your time, money, or skills, can be incredibly fulfilling. It's easy to think that wealth is all about getting, but true wealth often comes from giving. There's something powerful about helping others, whether it's supporting a friend, donating to charity, or volunteering for a cause you care about. Giving doesn't always have to be about money. It can be about sharing your knowledge, your kindness, or your love. When you make a positive impact in the world around you, it creates a sense of richness that goes beyond material wealth. Giving opens your heart and makes you realize that you don't need to have everything to be happy. In fact, when you share what you have with others, you often feel more abundant than when you're focused solely on your own accumulation of wealth. Helping others brings a sense of purpose and fulfillment that money simply can't provide. True wealth also comes from the people you surround yourself with. Relationships are another form of wealth that you may not realize you have until you truly appreciate them. Strong, supportive relationships with family, friends, and a community are priceless. When you have people who love and support you, you are truly rich. These relationships provide emotional security, comfort, and joy. They remind you that no amount of money can replace the value of meaningful human connection. When you have a solid support system, you feel empowered to take on life's challenges. Whether it's having a friend to lean on when things get tough, or a family to celebrate with during happy times, These connections make life feel richer. The laughter, the shared experiences, the sense of belonging, these are things that contribute to a deeper sense of wealth than any material possession ever could. When you realize the importance of your relationships, you'll begin to feel rich in a way you never thought possible. Another time you'll truly feel rich is when you are able to pursue your passions. Being able to dedicate time and energy to something you love, whether it's a creative project, a business, or a hobby, is a luxury that many people overlook. When you're doing what you're passionate about, it's like you've unlocked a special kind of wealth. It's not about making money from it, but about the joy and satisfaction it brings to your life. Whether it's painting, writing, gardening, or building something from scratch, pursuing your passions fills your life with meaning and purpose. When you focus on what makes you happy, you'll start to feel a sense of abundance that goes beyond financial wealth. Passionate pursuits can provide you with a sense of accomplishment and pride, and they remind you that true wealth isn't always measured in dollars. It's about doing what makes you feel alive and fulfilled. Finally, true wealth comes from living authentically. When you stop trying to be someone you're not or live up to other people's expectations, you begin to experience a sense of richness that's unmatched. Living authentically means being true to who you are and not letting the opinions or judgments of others dictate your life. It means letting go of the pressure to conform and embracing your individuality. When you live authentically, you feel free, and that freedom is the richest feeling of all. You no longer need to compare yourself to others or chase after things you don't truly want. Instead, you can live on your own terms, making choices based on your values and desires. This sense of freedom creates a deeper sense of wealth that goes beyond money because it's about living a life that's true to you. In conclusion, you'll truly feel rich when you stop focusing solely on money and start appreciating the wealth that already surrounds you. True richness comes from the ability to see the value in the little things and find joy in the present moment, rather than constantly chasing after things you don't yet have. When you find contentment in what you have, value your time, give to others, nurture meaningful relationships, pursue your passions, and live authentically, you begin to experience a kind of richness that money can't buy. It's a wealth that fills you with a sense of purpose, peace, and fulfillment, things that material possessions, no matter how expensive, can never provide. So, the next time you think about wealth, remember that it's not always about how much you have in the bank, but how much you have in your heart, in your experiences, and in the way you live your life. True wealth is measured by the richness of your moments, the depth of your connections, and the joy you find in simply being alive.